In 2021, COVID was still running strong, so our summer RV trip consisted of just a handful of camping trips to some of our favorite spots in the Sierras, with a couple of new places thrown in here and there. It was all in California. But for 2022, we are heading out on a big out-of-state trip. So come along with us. It's gonna be fun. Lots of places. You'll have to watch the video to find out.
Or just live it.
We are headed out. Big 3-week trip. A week of it will be in Disneyland, but we're heading out on our first leg. And this is just said, get out of California. We're going to head up past Reno and get out to northern Nevada, Winnemucca, try and maybe get as far as Carlin, or maybe as far as Elko, if we make good time on our way to Idaho. So we're gonna get the motorhome unhooked. We're all packed up, and we're gonna head on our way. So come along. A selfie before hitting the road. And then we're off. This summer, we are heading to some of the Northwest states, starting with Idaho. So we head up Highway 99 towards Highway 80, into the Sierras towards Lake Tahoe and Reno, on our way to Twin Falls, Idaho. Once again, we head through the Central Valley of California, but this time headed north on Highway 99 and turning east on Highway 80. We've done this leg of Highway 80 several times in the motorhome, as it's the way to get to one of our favorite campgrounds in the Sierras, Granite Flat Campground, which we went to last year. We do plan on going to Granite Flat on this trip as well, but not just yet. We'll see you later, Granite Flat! Instead, we're going to head past Truckee. And that means that this is going to be the farthest east on Highway 80 we have ever taken the motorhome. So into Nevada we go, and soon we are heading past Reno and past Sparks, Nevada, which we have been to before, just not in the motorhome. But that means that past Sparks is the farthest east on Highway 80 that we all have traveled at all. Well, we are in Fernley, Nevada, which is about maybe 30-40 miles east of Reno Sparks area, which means we are officially in uncharted territory. This is somewhere we've never been, and certainly not with the motorhome. The furthest the motorhome's ever been was Truckee. So when we passed Truckee and headed towards Reno, we were further than the motorhome's ever been, but we've been to Reno and Sparks, but this is the furthest out east from there on Highway 80 that we've been. So stopped to get gas at this little casino, Caribals, and a Flying J, and then we're going to hit the road, keep heading east, and see how far we go. We're way ahead of schedule, so we don't know when we're going to stop. Probably Winnemucca, maybe we'll keep going to Elko. We don't know, we'll see. So we are now officially exploring. Well, with California and the sunset behind us, we headed into the darkness as far as we can get, eventually stopping in Elko, Nevada at the Walmart to spend the night.
Good morning from Elko, Nevada at the Walmart. This is where we stopped for the night. Got here about 10:15 after about 9 hours and a few minutes of driving across Nevada. It's now 6 o'clock in the morning, which shortly will be 7 o'clock in the morning when we cross over the time zone into Idaho. But I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee. The McDonald's down the way. Stop into the Walmart. We're going to grab a couple things before we hit the road, but nobody else except Stormy is up yet, so it'll be a little while before we head out. And we've got about a 2.5 hour drive to Idaho. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Being able to spend the night in a Walmart parking lot for a quick rest overnight is great. Thanks to Walmart for continuing to provide this service to RVers. I hope it sticks around. After a couple of hours of driving these big, flat, open expanses of central northern Nevada, we eventually reached the border of Idaho, where we stopped to get a picture with the sign, and I left a Go Exploring sticker. Our first stop in Idaho was this little museum in Twin Falls called the Twin Falls County Historical Museum. It's open Tuesday through Saturday, is housed in the old schoolhouse, and is totally free.
Lady Beard.
She was charged with murder.
Ooh.
Her first husband was killed with arsenic.
There were a lot of exhibits about the local history of the Twin Falls area, but there were also a ton of artifacts from mid-century, the turn of the century, and even the 1800s. There were some coins and religious items, commercial items, armed forces exhibits from World War II, and tons more. There were so many things to spark the curiosity of young and old minds alike.
How do you think, like, modern day, they have old recordings of songs? Didn't they use, like, fire to take pictures? No, what did they use? 'Cause it would be like, the flash would be like, whah, smoke.
They lived in a tent for a few years. This outside area had all kinds of equipment and facilities from settlers and turn-of-the-century residents. There's a mountain lion in that thresher. Yeah, with wooden wheels.
Scalding. Oh,
Butcher's
gross. I don't want to read about that.
Sausage stuffer. I think they meant sausage.
Careful.
I'm fine, chill out. I'm wasting this here.
Lard bucket.
Yeah, what if they use that bucket for other things?
That butcher's knife looks like a machete.
It probably was. Saddles.
There's a giant mandolin. Imagine if you slipped your finger on that thing. They also had an original mid-century home completely furnished with artifacts from the time of the Dust Bowl. There was also period-accurate playground pieces and even an outhouse. This big barn housed a lot of old trucks, including this fire truck that looked like they used for parades. Had some farm equipment, wagons, and more other sundry things that you could ever take in. I highly recommend checking out this place if you are ever in Twin Falls. We spent about an hour there, but barely scratched the surface. We couldn't stay all day though, because we had to get back on the road and head across town to see Shoshone Falls Park. Shoshone Falls is called the Niagara of the West, even though it is actually 45 feet taller than Niagara Falls. The seasons can dramatically affect the flow of the falls, but we were fortunate enough in early July to see one of the falls in full flow. The falls formed along the Snake River by a cataclysmic flooding of Lake Bonneville during the Pleistocene Ice Age about 14,000 years ago, and was an important fishing and trading area for the Shoshone Indians, for which they are named. I definitely recommend stopping to see Shoshone Falls. It is beautiful. But once again, we had to hit the road to head north up Highway 26 to a little town called Cary, Idaho, to stay the night at Itty Bitty Farms, a harvest host. Well, it's our second night in Idaho at a harvest host called Itty Bitty Farms, run by Emily and Landon. They set us up here tonight. They've got this little farm stand store for their town that they set up. They sell local potato chips. We bought some garlic and parmesan and some cheddar jalapeno ones. And they sell steaks, local steaks. So Jody bought a steak they're gonna grill up tomorrow. Because we don't have too much time tonight. and but they got a lovely little spot for us. They actually offered to get us an electrical plug. They set up an extension cord for us, but not quite enough power to run the air conditioner because it is an unseasonably hot day here. It was 90 degrees while we were in Twin Falls, which was really hot. And the sun is beating on the front of the motorhome right now. It was about 87 degrees inside, but they said it'd be fine for us to run the generator, so we're running the generator and running the air conditioner to cool everybody off inside. We got the shades up in the front. And in about a half an hour or so, the sun should be down far enough behind this tree that it'll shade the motorhome, and we should be in pretty good shape. Very nice of Emily and Landon to set us up at Itty Bitty Farms here in Cary, Idaho.
We settled in to grill up some hot dogs at Itty Bitty Farms and let the kiddies do some exploring of their own before heading to bed. But that's it for this first leg of our big 2022 summer RV trip. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to see what is coming up on this trip, because we are going to see some great places. And thanks so much for watching.